Welcome to another edition of Swim Easy Speed. My name is Tim Floyd. I'm a longtime swim coach and triathlon coach. And we're going to do a video analysis today of an athlete from Magnolia Masters, the swim team I coach. And he did Ironman Texas, and we'll go through kind of his stroke and what it did for him. So here we go. So here he is. He's of the three that I've, this is the third one that I've done for this kind of analysis series on the Ironman Texas athletes. He's the oldest of the group. The two other ones were in the 25-29 age group. He is in the 45 to 49 age group. So the first thing you can see is, he's got some kind of mobility issues with his shoulders. Again, we get that kind of, the water line kind of is at an angle, so he's not as long in the water as he could be. You can see that his head is up here. So his head and shoulders are up, kind of back end is down. He's had some shoulder injuries in the past that kind of limit some of his mobility, so it makes it more difficult. But when you'll see underwater, he does a really great job of compensating for kind of some of that lack of mobility, and is still able to get on the water in the right position, and swam a 1:23 at Ironman Texas. So it wasn't too shabby for someone that doesn't come from a swim background. So we'll go a little bit forward a little bit more. You can see some of the instability kind of in his stroke. You get a good look at that at like right there. So you can see, there's one foot, there's the other foot. So all of that gap in between is all just him kind of making up for this instability when he turns to the side. So, some of that is kind of how much he turns his head. So you can see how there's a goggle out of the water, or both goggles are out of the water, and he really turns his whole body to the side. And then here we go underwater. This is where kind of you'll see where he does a pretty good job. So here on the right, his head position's pretty good. He's looking kind of down and a little bit forward, which is about where you want to be. And then on the right side, you can see, he presses down, but here's the good part is, he's holding all of the water right in there. So it's not as if he's dumped the water and you've got, the wrist way above the elbow, which you see a lot of times. So then he's really getting a good grab on the water and able to pull himself forward. And then, same thing kind of here on this side. He does go a little bit wide out here, but, holding that kind of line that you want to have right there, and pulls himself forward there. So that's part of where he's making up for some of those mobility issues. Now, you can see, this is actually pretty good. I mean, the water line's decent. Obviously, you could still be, he's got, about, a few inches right here that he could definitely bring those hips up, and that would bring the feet up as well. And yeah, but he does a good job with kind of getting to that point. And then we'll kind of go a little bit forward a little bit more. And actually, you know what I'll do? I'll back it up to here. I'll just kind of play it forward for you guys from there. And you can see what the movement looks like while he's swimming. The bubbles on the hands, obviously he's dropping a lot of pressure, and it's not as clean of a grab as he could have on the water. So it's, that's creating some issues, but, one thing at a time. So then we'll keep on going through. And then here's the overhead. So here, he's got a really decent line right down the middle of his body. one of the things that we were working on was, you can see right here that he's crossing over a little bit. So there's that momentum, boom, throws the hip out. See that there's the legs compensating for it right here and here. And then we keep on going forward. So, one of the things that we worked on here was, trying to get that straightened out so that all of that momentum is going perfectly straightforward. So then he's not having to fight himself effectively going forward. So we'll keep on going a little bit. So here was the first drill that we did. So very, very old school, just basically a PVC pipe, 2 end caps on it. And you do a kind of a modified catch-up drill where you're trying to grab the pipe at the same spot each time. And so it's giving you that feedback on where you need to put your hands, where the feel should be. So here we go. After we did a couple rounds of that drill. So you can see, his feet are still coming apart, but, the hand is certainly not coming as far in. So he's really starting to get a lot more balance in the stroke, and his feet are staying together more often. So you can see where there it was coming apart at the end, but it certainly wasn't as exaggerated as the beginning of it. So that was the analysis today. I hope you guys felt like you got something out of it. If you want to like, share, or comment, please do so down below. And I am always happy to answer any questions you might have. So thanks again for tuning in.